Hey! Shh. Now, ratio heads to tails given by a biased coin. So basically, guys, if you were to flip this coin 5 times, what would happen? 4 times out of 5, you're going to get a heads, and 1 out of 5 times, you're going to get a tails. You add the ratios together. Okay? What's the probability of 10 in a head? 4 out of 5. What's the expected number of heads if it's tossed 360 times? 360. Is this experimental probability or theoretical probability? Did you actually toss it 360 times? No. So this is theoretical. You would expect somewhere in the, what's it, 72 by 4? 288? You'd expect 288 heads when you toss this biased coin. However, if you were to do it, would you get you're very likely to get 288. Exactly. You might get 289, you might get 280. You'll get close, but you won't get, sorry, more than likely you'll get close, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, we all good? Okay, 15. What's this known as? Yeah, it's a really popular question. Okay, now a back-to-back 7-leaf diagram shows math score students' percentages of one class in skill. Okay, so this girl here, what did she get? The 8 here. What's that 8? That's a 48. And if I was to highlight this one here, that's a awesome. All right. How many boys are in the class? Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it's 9. Then it's, what's that? 15, and that's 16. 4, 7, 8, 16 plus 8, 24 students in total. Everybody cool with that? How many students scored less than 40%? 1, 2, 3. Everybody cool with 3? 2 boys, 1 girl. 3. The class is representative of 744 students in school. Find the expected number of students that would be boys. What fraction are boys again? 16 out of 24, which is 2/3. What's 744 multiplied by 2/3? Huh? 496. Everybody cool with that? What does it mean the class is representative of the school? Charlie? Yeah, it's in the same ratio. Same amount of boys and girls. If there was twice as many boys as there is girls in that class, there's twice as many boys as there is girls. That means there's twice as many boys in the school as there is girls. Well, that's not always true. You could have some subjects that are more geared towards, not that they're geared towards one gender, but for some reason one gender has a higher uptake of that subject. Okay? And therefore, let's say we had a class that was all like 90% boys. That doesn't mean the school is 90% boys. Do you get that? Some classes have different choices for some reason. Okay. Now, girls. How many girls are there? 744 multiplied by 1/3, which is? Anybody? 248. Done. Mr. Chadwick Senior. Now, achieve a score less than 40%. How many people achieve less than 40%, Charlie? 3 out of 24 in the class, which would be 1 in 8. Multiply that by your 744, and you go 93. Okay, it's the method we're after, okay? Not just the answer, but the methods. Anybody get that? Okay, awesome. Let's keep going. Is that it? Sorry, that's it? Yeah. Okay. This one. A game of roll the coin. Roll 50 cents onto a board which you don't, sorry, roll a 50-cent coin onto a board which you don't get back. So you place 50 cents here. No bother. If the coin lands on a square, you win €5. If the coin lands on a line, you lose. Okay, what does that? So I'm just trying to get that into my head. So if this is the squares, yeah, does that mean you have to be completely? So that would get me money, but That wouldn't get me money. Yeah, well, it depends on how large you make the squares, mind you. You make the squares large. But I get what you're saying. It could be something like that. Actually, yeah, I get what you're saying. Just make it a slight bit bigger. Something like that, yeah? So if it doesn't touch any lines, I win. But if it doesn't, I lose. Make sense? Okay. Awesome. If the coin lands inside the square, you win €5. If the coin lands on a line, you lose. Neil tests his game by rolling 50-cent coins 40 times. He recorded the results in the table below. Did he? Oh. If he won 6 times, that means he must have lost 34 times. I'm not doing the tally for 34, okay? It's basically that 5 times and then a 4 at the end. Okay? Do that 5 times and 4 at the end. Okay. What's your probability then? 6 out of 40, which is 3 out of 20. 34 out of 40, which is the same thing as 17 out of 20. 3 times in 20 you'll win. 17 times out of 20 you'll lose. At a fair, 360 people played this game. How many would you expect to win the game? 360 people play the game. How many of them are actually going to win? 3 out of 20, which is 54 people. What is misleading in the advertising for this game? Inside the square. What's inside the square mean? You don't get your 50 cent back. Yeah. Anything else, Charlie? If it lands inside the square like this, you'll win. You have to win €5. What? Oh, sorry. See what it says there? Roll the coin, win €5. You're not guaranteed. You may win €5.